Drop top on a Wednesday, sunroof with the hot top. Talk cheap while you in state, hard life when your heart knocks. Every day is a sin day, always had the bad thoughts. Yeah, drop top on a Wednesday, hey, KQ on a Wednesday. Is it time for change? I had the time.
Hello, listeners to the Holly Dotty Podcast. I'm your host, KQ Dog, and this is episode 147. Don't even say shit. Don't even say shit. Just shut up. Just shut up. I know. I've been gone for like ever. I know. We'll get into that, but welcome all the listeners, the podcast. Wow. Highlighted Podcast, Spotify listeners, YouTube listeners, Apple Podcast listeners. Thank you for staying committed to the dog while he goes through his highs and lows, mostly lows. And, just come and give y'all some good old talking to about things. I don't have, I have topics, I ain't gonna lie, but we'll see where we get it. I have somebody in the building with me today. I have somebody that was with me earlier in the podcast, a couple of podcasts ago, but she was on there for like half, maybe like one topic. But now she's here for the whole episode, like I said before. Give it up, Nia G! Woo, woo, woo! Woo, woo, woo!
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Great. I don't know if you heard the last episode, but it sounded really interesting with the Megan Thee Stallion topic.
Yes.
It sounded really weird because of the audio situation, but it was great still. But no, she's here for the whole time from beginning to end. Actually, she chose the word of the day. And let's get to it, the word of the day, because that's how we start every podcast this time. And so before I get to the word of the day, somebody asked me why I do the word of the day and what's the point of the word of the day and why do I have this segment? Because y'all niggas don't read. Y'all niggas don't know how to spell words. Y'all niggas don't know words except for really, 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 really. And I be saying that in episodes. I need to stop saying that shit. I know words. I'm good with words. And that's why I have the podcast. Y'all niggas don't be reading. Niggas don't be educating themselves on a daily basis. So I got to come in here on a weekly basis to give y'all a new word. And hopefully words, that I say on this podcast will definitely be like things that you guys use in your everyday lives. Right? So, word of the day. Neo T, do you want to say the word?
No, you got
it. This word of the day is
obstinate.
Obstinate. Thank you, Nia G. Thank you. I was having a mental breakdown. Obstinate is an adjective. It means stubbornly or firmly adhering to one's own view, purpose, or opinion. Unyielding in attitude. Let's use it in a sentence, shall we? That's what we do. Despite the repeating warnings from the financial advisor, he remained
obstinate
and refused to sell his declining stocks. Let's use it one more time. No matter how much WD-40 I sprayed, the
obstinate
bolt wouldn't budge. If y'all don't know what that means by now, it means something that just ain't going. It ain't moving, player. You ain't gonna budget. It's incessant as hell. No, I'm joking. Obstinate. Yes, that is. You just said something earlier, Nia G, off the pod. You said, "Do you think you're abstinent?"
Obstinate. I am abstinent, but obstinate.
Do you think you're obstinate?
I said I think in some situations and things I might be a little bit.
Like what?
I
don't know. What do you mean? Why would you even label that on yourself?
Well, I'm not gonna get into specifics, but there are, I think, situations where it's like I am headstrong on my viewpoint, my perspective, my opinion about it. And no matter what somebody's saying, I'm not budging off of what I believe about certain things,
Is it because that you're right factually, or you just standing on you standing for something or fall for anything?
I feel like it's a part. Two things can be true in this situation. I feel like yes, I believe that I am right and I have facts that can back that up, but also I think just by experience in life and whatever, I have grown to believe a certain thing. And for some reason, yeah, I'm holding on to that.
Okay. Well, sometimes it's good to be obstinate, in certain things that you stand on. Principles, manners, ethics, things that people will try to sway you off of and you stay obstinate. Damn it. Use that in a perfect example. A positive example. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's the word of the day. Y'all know how I feel about that. But I think I like the word of the day when there's another person because it's like a conversation, not just me saying it like I'm reading Rainbow or some shit. But it's fine. Thank you, Nia G, for that. We're gonna get into the topics today. Today's topics. I had a list. I did, but I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes you gotta know. You gotta read the room. You gotta know the time, the vibe of what's happening, what's really worth speaking on, and what's not. Um, let's get to the main event card first because I'm gonna dive into some personal things later. But we can get right into the topic that everybody and their mom have been talking about, and the Highly Dotted podcast is no different. We'll talk about that later. But let's get to it. Drake. Yes, we can talk about Drake. We can talk about Drake's 3 albums, of course. Why would I not talk about it when I've been talking about it, the hype of it, and how did I not drop on the week of or the week after that? Like, what the hell? But here we are. Nia G.
Yes.
So before we get into it, right, there's been a lot of things on the internet that people have been saying about the album and albums, right? So many people have had their opinions. You can go on YouTube and, sneeze and, put Drake and you'll find 50,000 reviews and reactions. But, this would be no different. But I also like to talk about my own personal uh, review of the album and share it to the people like I do with other music. So, but let's start with Nia G. What did you think of Iceman? We ain't got to get to the 3. Let's get to the main one.
Well, I haven't even ventured off past Iceman. I was not particularly a huge fan of Iceman. And all of the little memes and gifs and videos going around clowning certain songs are a little funny to
what
me.
Song? What song? What songs they clown? What songs they talking about?
Is it Shebang?
Shebang. That's one of the stars on this project, which is crazy.
But I wasn't a fan of Iceman.
Well, was there a song that you did like?
I cannot recall.
Damn, nigga.
I cannot recall. And this is coming from, I was a diehard Drake fan back in the days, you know what I'm saying? So this is very like, oh my gosh to me. Like, Aubrey, what happened to you?
I want you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I have had many feelings over the project and projects. I've listened to everything. I listened to everything the time it dropped. I'm so sorry I didn't drop the episode and tell you how I felt, but I'm glad I didn't because I let time go by. And I think that's what you need with Drake projects these days, especially with 42 songs. Jesus. But you needed time. I don't think I needed to come on this podcast and speak on what I felt because I felt like it was too early, too fresh. Even though I already heard everything, I needed to sit with it because you got to do that with Drake projects. Usually, what you see is what you get, but with Drake, you got to sit and let it fester. It's a flaw, but at the same time, it's what it is. I liked Iceman, right? I liked Iceman because of the other 2 projects. I liked Iceman because it was rap. It's what we needed. It's what I wanted. Maybe not the type of rap. I didn't need to hear that Kodak shit, sorry. But certain things were meant for this project and he hit every single one of them. He was talking that shit, dissing niggas, telling niggas how he felt. And I understand it. I felt that shit. I'm on Drake's side with that shit. However, I do believe for fans like Nia G, females who love Drake like Nia G, Iceman ain't for y'all. Iceman is not for you. Iceman was not for the ladies. Maid of Honor was for the ladies. Maid of Honor is for the ladies. That's where the slap's at. That's where Sexy Red is waiting for y'all to one cheek one time, 2 cheek one time. Yeah, Sexy Red is waiting for you on Maid of Honor to give y'all some slaps. I felt like he was very deliberate in making sure that Iceman was for rapper fans like myself who wanted to hear him rap, talk about things, be mature, not talk about bullshit. And if you're gonna rap like a 39, about to be a 40-year-old man. And that's what we got. And I'm very happy that I got that. Very happy. Certain things that I did see. One thing I'm gonna say out of this project, I'm gonna say a lot of things, but one thing I'm gonna start off with that I heard off of another podcast. I should give him his flowers, but anyway, why does Drake try to make Toronto sound dangerous? I don't like that. Like, I don't like the fact that he, like, one of my favorite songs on this project is called Plot Twist. I like Plot Twist. I like the concept of, I liked it. I did. But it's one of those tracks that gives you a feel that, ooh, it's dangerous out here. Ooh, twisting his fingers. He twisting at me, twisting his fingers, twisting the M and the O and the B. I said, okay, October's, you know what I'm saying? He did his big one. I did that. From a rapper standpoint, I dig it. But I heard that statistically Toronto is a very safe place.
Very suburban.
I've heard Toronto is a very nice place to go. And there are a lot of violence over there, you know. So that, you know, I just don't like the whole, you know, step in the six, you're gonna get hit type shit. Like, I don't like that. Talk about Niagara Falls. How beautiful it is this time of year, you know? But again, like I said before, you have to listen to the other albums, specifically Maid of Honor, because that is where he is not talking about none of that gangster shit. He's talking to the girlies, rapping about girly shit. He's talking to the birds, that bird shit. I like that bird shit. And it's a good ass album. Maid of Honor. That is the second album that I'll talk about. I'm not gonna get into Iceman too much because Nia G's here, and you know that's just not so much of where she was liking. So I'm gonna bring context to the other two albums.
Okay.
So Iceman, like I said, everybody's been talking about it, named Mama. Maid of Honor, I really think is the one that is going to last the test of time in this release. Maid of Honor, the songs are Maid of Honor. Those are the songs that are going to go into the summer. Those are the songs that the ladies going to pop and lock and drop. The club is going to rave all summer. Drake is back. Drake is definitely back. But not because of Iceman. He's back because of the whole totality of just having music for everyone. I don't want to be disrespectful, but the third album, Habibitity, I like that album too, but because of that, I have to be honest, I feel like Drake is writing his own music again. Nia G be talking shit to me like I don't be saying what I really be feeling. So I gotta give y'all how I really I feel like Drake has not been writing his stuff. Not saying no, he hasn't writing his stuff. He hasn't writing his hits. Let's say that. The songs that I've been liking Drake for lately, past all this shit, has been by other people. And from a fan point, I don't care. But as an artist, that hurts my feelings. That hurts my feelings, and I don't like that shit. The Habibitity, I'm sorry, album is the one that sounds like you writing your own stuff. And it's not like a bad thing. It just sounds like somebody who hasn't been writing for a while. And I appreciate that, Drake, that you finally getting back to your old self. And I think you have no choice because you're going independent. But I also like the fact that, you know, you're starting to sound like somebody who's finally got the message that we don't want to hear you with the young generation no more. Tired of that shit. And I also appreciate that you didn't have every little nephew and niece rapper on the project too. Yeah, I appreciate it. This was a grown Drake. This was grown Drake all the way. Maybe not somewhere where we hear it musically, but it was very grown, very mature. No more of that certified lover boy bullshit where girls like girls and shit. That shit. Ugh. I'm sorry, but yes, Drake definitely did his big one on this project. I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad that he did what he did. I think he's independent now, and I think that he's probably gonna. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna drop more music, but you know, there's a whole nother side to where I'm gonna bring you in, Nia G. People are saying, this is where I put my conspiracy theory hat on. People are saying that he is moving and talking, especially in this album, Iceman, like Michael Jackson. Let me explain. At the tail end of Michael Jackson's career, when he was making his music and doing his tours, he spent a lot of time talking about people that he didn't fuck with. These people are demons and devils. These people won't let me go. These people, I don't fuck with these people. And I own a lot of shit. And I'm at the point in my career where I'm about to pop my shit. And you know what? This is it. This is it. I saw the press conference when he was in Europe. This is it. But then before I say that, before this I do this tour right now, let me tell y'all about these motherfuckers that be fucking with me and I don't like that shit. He did that shit. He did his big one on that stage. If you see the interview on YouTube, you know I'm talking about Michael Jackson. After that shit, what happened? My man was gone. We saw This Is It, the movie, not for what it was that it was supposed to be, but clips of his practices and his photos of what he was about to do and all the and it was like, what happened? Why? And it was 2009, so there was some time, but not time has went by. Nigga, we know what the fuck with him. We know what the fuck going on. Drake is on that type of time with me right now, with the glove, with the Michael Jackson shit. One of my favorite songs on the album is Free, and that's where I really feel like he's really into that space where he's going independent. He owns a lot of shit. He's not just walking out on some what do I do? He has everybody. Obviously, he's still on the front page of everything, and that's where it's like, we've never had an independent artist have this type of leverage ever.
Right.
And people are saying, what is he going to do with it? I'm here to say on my podcast with my conspiracy hat on, we probably ain't going to get that.
This was it. The last 3 albums. That's it. You're not making no more music. That's what I get out of that.
See, I came on this podcast not to talk about Drake and the songs and do a lyrical break. I might do that on another podcast with Devin. Check out his podcast. I might do that. I might be back on this podcast talk about Drake and the music. But I'm not here to talk about Drake and the music. I'm talking about here to Drake as the artist. And Drake as the artist that I listened to when I was a kid from 2008, 2009 to 2026. Yeah, I'm worried about my mans. And honestly, not even, and this is like a heavy topic, but I don't want Shebang to be the last song that I hear by this man. I don't want that. I don't want Janice shut the fuck up. No. Even though you was talking your shit to all the people that was talking shit about you, no. I need an album where Drake is, well, there we go. You got other albums. You got other albums. And that's why I fuck with him. Because every time I get into this rant I was about to get into, and I'm sorry, he has 2 other albums. And I think that's where, if you didn't like Iceman, go listen to the other shit. I promise you'll find some shit. Because he hit all pockets. I like him on the island shit. We used to talk shit about him being a fake Jamaican. I like the fake Jamaican Drake. I like fake Jamaican Drake. Now I like fake Jamaican Drake. Give me fake Jamaican Drake all day. Give me honestly, never mind, Dan techno house Drake all day. It's not rapping like you tough and the 6 is tough and you gonna do something to the niggas you hate. You ain't gonna do that. All right, I'm done. Do you have anything else with the Drake situation?
No, you've covered all points.
Okay. We are 2 artists who love music, and I just had to talk about my one of my favorite artists and his project. But you thought I was just gonna sit here and just talk about other shit? No, we're gonna put Niji on the spot. How was Kehlani's project? How was Kehlani? Yes.
I liked a couple songs on the first run through, but I've only listened to it one time, so I have to listen to it again before I can give an honest review.
So what is your... All right, I have some questions. So you can help me. Because I'm not 100% familiar with Kehlani, right? Mm-hmm. I have only... I'm with the masses with folding clothes is her coming out party. Sorry. To open up this conversation, what does it feel like? Does this feel like a regular, like, did this feel like this Kehlani, like y'all just catching up, or nah, she really on one right now?
I believe this is grown Kehlani. This is a different side of R&B Kehlani. She's trying to bring old R&B back. And so you can't go into it listening for what you normally hear from her because yeah, she's grown.
What was she doing before?
It was just she was doing her era stuff and making music for, fuck all these niggas and da, 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 you know what I'm saying?
So now she's trying to love these niggas now.
Yeah.
See, it don't work like that, baby. It don't work like that, baby girl. Kehlani, come on now. See, I ain't gonna do that. I don't know you, girl. I don't know your music like that. If I knew your music a little bit more, I'd probably get in it, but I'm not. No, I hear you because
Why you're hating on Kehlani?
No. There's a method to the madness. I'm gonna say Kehlani again, like Nia G said, she's been in certain songs that I heard, but she was featuring on them, right? I've really seen her mainly like on red carpet appearances or photo shoots, like model shit. Like I'll say that, but nah, this definitely sounds grown. Obviously, I think because we can't just say we grown or she's grown because now. Well, you can say that, of course, you're a fan, but I'm saying it in a sense of like, she sounds like she sounds grown, but we're grown. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like we're not kids. Like we can say, oh my gosh, she sounds so mature, but like no, how is she?
I really don't know.
You 30. You 30 like us. Yeah, you the same age as us, girl. Come on now. You know that about the folding clothes. Yes, girl. Yes. We all folded clothes at our big age at 29, 30, 31. Yes. Start folding them clothes. I'm gonna let your body decide.
I'm crying.
But no, I think that like for Kehlani and especially just how R&B is like switching over right now, it's definitely where our favorite singers are now getting older, parents, etc., to where their music is changing, and that's the that's Chris Brown is the new Maxwell. Hey, Chris Brown is the new Maxwell. You feel me? Like Chris Brown, and I'm gonna be fair because I didn't listen to the whole album all the way. That cover art, that stance, that Michael Jackson stance that he did with the I said, oh wow, we get old. I said we get old. It ain't nothing to do with the music. I heard a couple tracks fire. But I said, damn, Chris, you got the Uncle Foles. You got the Uncle Foles. Oh, and it's appropriate. It's appropriate. It makes sense. You're there. How your daughter getting older? You know what I'm saying? We starting to transition. I respect it. It's funny. It's funny as hell, but it's because I heard people trashing the album, right? And I specifically hear the young people trashing the album. Of course you are.
It's not for you.
Of course you are. Of course. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are not liking this Drake album. Of course you're not. He sound like he's supposed to. He sound like he's supposed to. I come here with a good mentality to say, you know what, my favorite artists or the artists that I grew up with sound like they supposed to. They're not catering to these young motherfuckers no more. They got they shit. They got their money, got their bag. Start singing and rapping about what's happening in your big age. Because we in our big age, right, and we trying to hear what you talking about at your big age. We don't want to hear about that club shit no more. We at the crib. Talk about how you at the crib, nigga. So I appreciate Kehlani, Chris, Drake, all of our favorite artists we grew up as young ones. And y'all getting old, and y'all music getting old, and people ain't liking y'all old shit. We like your old shit because we was there. Come back to the day ones. Yes. All right. We're still in music land, and I'm not going to get off of Nia G head. I'm not. This is a great episode, especially returning. I definitely wanted to have people on, but this is a section of the podcast where I definitely want to highlight Nia G, the singer. Nia G's been on this podcast. She has yet to talk about her music or have a section to talk about her music or get into the pocket of it. I ain't going to put you on blast all the way. But there is a section of the podcast where I do want the person to highlight what they got going on, what they really are focusing on, the music, what's going on. You got people that are interested to know what you got going on in your music life, not your personal. That's, if you're trying to be a podcaster, that's one thing. But in your music life, in creative life, people would definitely like to know the process of where you're at with your music.
So, you just went to the studio yesterday.
Speak up.
recorded 2 songs so far, but I am working on my project, The Diary of Nia G. And yeah, I'm starting just little by little, just recording my songs, and then eventually put out a full project. You might get some singles on the way in the in between time, but yeah, that's about it. And I'm trying to maximize on rock and get a music video out, some other things going with that, and yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I have a question.
Yes.
This is separately not music, but still content creator land. You're on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
What is your TikTok for the people?
Nia XG. NIAXG.
So if you could just give out like a tip, to creators, TikTok creators who are trying to create content, and how do you start and how do you stay consistent?
You just you just gotta do it. I don't know. I guess when I started being consistent and like, posting videos and stuff like that, I was seeing like stuff come from it. And that's what drove me to keep, wanting to keep posting videos and things like that. And then eventually you can get monetized if you continue to grow. So that's always a plus and something to strive for. But I would just say stay consistent. Like find your audience, find a rhythm in whatever you got going on. Like my niche on TikTok is just my music, like wellness and stuff. So I gotta do like my skincare routine and stuff like that. And then, I'm just singing, doing covers, anything like that. But that's where I'm keeping my, I guess, brand for Nia G. And yeah, people come to my page and want to see, okay, what is Nia G doing today?
Does it feel like a chore?
No, because it's like the only way that people are gonna know who Nia G is if I give her to them.
So with that factor that you just said, does the emotion be like, okay, or is it like, oh, God, okay?
I would say 50-50. Sometimes, yeah, it's like, damn, it's a lot. But then other times I'm like, I'm in good spirits about it. So it's just like, oh, I can't wait to get up and go record this video and post it. I can't wait to do it. I want to do this. But life is life. So it's trying to balance the two. But I feel like I've been more consistent now than I've ever been. I'm proud about that.
Clap. Yes. Claps in the G and consistency. She was at the studio. Yes, it was dope. 2 songs that she did. I'm on one of them, and she's on the other. I am excited for her to roll it out on her platforms. We'll also be, as a podcast, we will also be tapping in and tracking her shit as well. Even when she's not here, we'll be talking about it. She's in a Rolodex of artists that I am expecting projects from, not internationally, but locally, friendly, circle-wise. You know the list. We've talked about the list. Yeah, I am definitely excited for everyone who is putting out music, dropping out music. Shout out to all the listeners who make music and you have some things going off too. Definitely put in the comment section, link up with your boy. Let me know that you got something going on. Tap in. We don't have to just do it on the local level. You can do it. What's it called? Link. Yeah, I did it with Nia G when she was in Georgia, so I know it works. So yeah, that is also a thing that I want to reach out to people to just, music. I love music. Music. All right. Do you have anything about music? Anything musically you want to talk about? Anything that is pertaining? Because we're in the music world.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you have any things you want to talk about with your music and what you got going on?
Oh, my music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't forget about KQ.
Oh, wow. Me, I have, yes, I guess, yeah. I dropped Pretty Diamond every night. It is out. It is on all platforms. Finally. Shout out to Yuri. Shout out to Jeremiah. We made that track in California. months ago, years ago, eons ago, but it's old to us, new to y'all. But it's definitely a track that I have been holding on for a while. A lot of people wanted to hear, a lot of people wanted, so I just had to get other songs in place, get this project rollout in place to make sure it wasn't just a one and done like I am so usually am. So, I have more music coming. I have definitely been making some promo clips like I'm not gonna let you down. I got you. I got y'all. I promise. And just to just say it, if it ain't for nobody, it's for me to make sure I say, hey, I did it. So I am my biggest fan. Fight me. So I just wanna, make sure that the songs that I have sound good, they sound clean, mastered, and the music that I have on the back end, I'm still recording, is also with the same quality. So, you know, I'm grown. Like I said, I can't roll out shit like I did 5 years ago. Oh God, 10 years ago. Oh God, 2016 was the first time I dropped a project that was Family Matters. It's literally like 10 years. Oh shit. You talk about being old. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna call this podcast episode, but it's gonna be something old something, old times, because it's like 10 years since I dropped my first project, and I was in college, and the mindset was just getting it out, getting it out. I had this perfectionist mindset about what I wanted, but looking back at it, listening to it, I smile and chuckle, but I'm glad that I did it because it was like I thought that was movies. Like I thought that was ain't nobody in the world gonna do that something better than this. But that was just me just having the motivation to drop it. But that was 10 years ago, and now 10 years later, like dropping another project or in the process of dropping another project is very like I don't know the term for it. I guess you could say like routine, but it's also like it every time it's different, especially like it with age, life, and like what you're talking about, all that stuff. But yeah, like I said before, a lot of music is coming out, a lot of grown music, a lot of grown KQ. Um, it's a lot of introspective, emotional conversations that I just be writing on beat. But hey, no, yeah, new music's coming soon. New music's coming soon. You'll have the next single. I say it's called a 1 out of 4. I have a 4 pack coming, 4 singles. Then I'll end it with this. Four singles coming. Pretty Diamond Every Night was one. 3 more are on the way. You'll see it as it drops. Yes. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got musically. We're at the halfway mark. We're at the 30-minute mark. So I guess we can shuffle through music and get to a segment where I just need to have for myself Nia G's here. So obviously it's not myself. She'll be speaking and stuff. But yeah, where have I been? If you don't care about these type of segments, and skip it because that's the end of the episode. I ain't got nothing else. The rest is about me and my feelings. Where have I been? What have I been doing? Life has been happening. I was working Coca-Cola. I've been working a whole bunch of stuff at the Speedway, and it's been great. It's been amazing, awesome. Working it has been an experience as a supervisor that I never thought I would experience, and I'm glad I got the experience because I've grown as a supervisor. But that's as far as work goes. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. I've been working a lot, and that's just regular because I got to do that as an adult. But like fatigue is just hitting different with just age and, being a grown adult and trying to maneuver in the world and all that weird shit. And, this is the place where I like to just, express my internal thoughts and feelings because y'all know where I've been through. Y'all know where I've been through. But, yeah, no, it's been a tough fight. It's been a tough fight. Hard battle. Yeah, G just looking at me like this nigga. What the fuck is this? What do you want me to say to this, Cass? What the fuck? You just put me on this. What is this? No, this is open dialogue that I always do on my podcast. Aside from all the foolishness, and even though we have lots of foolishness, we still have these introspective conversations because I do get a lot of feedback from these conversations, from these episodes. So this is where people definitely know the human side of KQ. It's not just rapidy rap and talking shit. People like these introspective moments. But yeah, nah, man. Growing up is just hard, man. Growing up is hard. Leveling up in life is hard, and no one. There are books for this shit. I was gonna say there are no books for this. There are books for this, but even a book can't help you in the day to days, especially when your mental is different from the person who's writing the book or living the life. So you know, you just have to. You just gotta go. You just gotta put one step in front of the other. You can't quit. You can't quit, ladies and gentlemen, okay? What are you hearing from this, Nia G? Yes. But nah, man. That's just, where it's been for me for the last couple of weeks, not being on the airwaves. Just me trying to really focus on what's really important, what's really what really matters to me, what really makes me want the next day to happen type shit. Doesn't really make sense to somebody who has responsibilities right in front of them and they have constant reminders of it. And it's like, if you don't do this, then everything's going to fall, because that's just the type of time it is every day, like real life. I don't have that. I have peace. Okay. I have solitude. Okay. I have options. And I think the curse of having options is having too many fucking options. And that's where your brain just overload. There's two different overloads. You overload because you got so much on your plate, and then you get overload because you got so many things you can put on your plate. Like it's a thing. Shout out to my people who know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, I think just having all the opportunities that I have, and the sky's the limit, and you have the capacity to be whatever you want to be, KQ. That's scary. Scary, people. That's scary. That scares me. That scares me. That is a fear. That is a fear that I have, that I battle with every day, because it's like, yo, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Um, it's my own expectations I have to live up to. I've grown out of living out of other people's expectations. That was a thing, still is a thing to a degree to some people, but it ain't a thing for real. And like when you shed that off of you, which is freedom, you still got that feeling of like, where do you go? What direction do we go? And yeah, I don't want to say that I'm lost, but this is uncharted territory for me. It's uncharted territory for my family. It's uncharted territory for anyone who I've been around. I think a lot of people that I used to run in the trenches with, they obviously have other things going on, but where I'm doing and where I'm going and where I'm doing, the capacity of where I'm going, where I'm doing, they can't relate to. They cannot relate. And it's okay. But I just wish there was some type of guide or something. Maybe God gonna get me after this. Talk to me to the side and be like, all right, I'm waiting for you to say this so now I can get your ass. Let me stop cussing. Sorry, Grandma. But yeah, no, man, that's just where I'm at with it mentally. Just trying to make sure that I keep the main thing the main thing. Don't get sidetracked too much. These are always great little TED Talks I love giving to y'all, aside from just talking foolishness. But yeah, man, that's really all I have for that mental part. I don't really, obviously go back to the episodes and hear all the times I've been going through this type of thing. But again, it's consistency. That's something that I'm known for. So, that's what the podcast is about. The podcast will also, now we're switching gears. The podcast will also be having more voices again. Yay. You know what I'm saying? Got on the phone with DB. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop. Shout out to DB. Definitely, man, trying to get back on the podcast. So definitely, fingers crossed, get him back next week. And we can hear DB. I know I've been a great host to all of you and entertaining y'all for the last couple months, inconsistently. But I know when DB get back, he definitely got some shit he want to talk. He's definitely have life updates he wants to get into. And I ain't gonna lie, he's my sports guy because I ain't even talking about sports at all. And I know sports is a big thing around this time of year. And you know me, I got things going on. As much as I work the motherfucker, I ain't trying to talk to the motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you highlights, but that's all I'm gonna give you. The NBA Finals is happening right now. I ain't talking about one time. Like, sorry, and maybe that's why y'all ain't really fucking with me this season. I get it. Last season, DB was here. We was talking it up, basketball, football, all the sports. We did a little Olympics, but that's as far as it got. But yeah, DB will be back and he'll bring that sports shit. So, and other things, Whitley as well. Nia G was here. Well, she's still here, but she will also, the highly doubted podcast family is starting to get back together, and we're starting to make sure that this is better. This will be a shorter episode just because I don't want to ramble y'all with filler. I hate giving y'all filler, but I will leave this last nugget for y'all. I have a declaration. I have something that I'm shooting towards. I'll give y'all some what's the word? Some in-house knowledge, some in-house details, some tea, if you will. So part of me returning because I am him, but part of me returning is because there will be a switch in this podcast. Visuals will be back. And when visuals will be back, you'll probably won't see the same backdrop that you saw before. So I'll say about that. But 150 to 200, the Highly Doubted podcast, we are definitely on a new mission. I've been saying road to 100, but obviously we need to pump our brakes a little bit because I haven't like I've said in other podcast episodes, the level of consistency we've been at. Since 100, we done look like fools. I don't like that. But 150, which is a milestone, obviously, but 150 to 200, damn it, we finna get back active. We finna get back to a place where we used to be at the origin of this podcast. I say it all the time. I sound like a broken record, but it's real because we did it. And that's where, again, I've had conversations with Whitley in-house T podcast about what we want to do. And yeah, we have something grand for y'all. So shout out to all the loyal listeners who was listening, then watched, and now you're back to listening. You're going to be back watching again. 150 to 200. Definitely clock those episodes because those will be the best episodes the podcast has in a long time. Put my fucking stamp on it. Okay, cute, dude. So yeah, that'll be all I have for the podcast. I just really wanted to get back on, start a little warm-up episode. Maybe that would be the topic, but just a warm-up episode to just get the wheels back going because, like I said before, getting from 147 to 150, as it will be, a difference in energy and maybe a different voice. We are definitely getting back to the prime Highly Doubted podcast levels that we were once at before. So, yes, I will be back. Please tap in. Thank you to all the listeners. Shout out to all the Spotify, Apple, YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here listening to the boy. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a couple things, literally 2 things. But yeah, this is episode 147. Me and Jeek, you want to say anything lastly? Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for having me back on.
Of course, yes. She will be back and she will be more live. We will have more topics. And that's on me. But yeah, appreciate y'all for being on this. Appreciate you for listening. And we out.
Every day is a sin day. Always have the bad thoughts. Yeah. Drop top on a Wednesday. Hey, KQ on a Wednesday. Yeah.